Yeah.
Butu endelea na hiyo ati ulikuwa unasema?
So Binti Africa meets this guy from TZ called Berry Black. Berry Black initially was in a group called To Berry, which was one of the biggest groups from TZ and especially Zanzibar. Because you see at that time people, I don't know how the situation is now, but TZ, Tanzania na Zanzibar, it's like they are totally different countries. Because they have their presidents and sometimes hiyo time nakumbuka Zanzibar ikileta kichwa wanakatiwa stima. Because they get electricity from TZ. Wanakatiwa stima. There's a time I think they stayed for 6 months without electricity. Yeah. So I don't know how the situation is now. So now Berry Black listens to the songs I had done for Binti Africa. And they were different. And the fact that I was rapping, because I was very good with English, Kizungu na Kiswahili nilikuwa tu niko poa. If I want to do Swahili sanifu, I can also do that.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I think mse nataka tumlete Zanzibar. Because walikuwa na studio huko.
What?
You get. So now, you know, God now is amazing. After, remember, I'm still with Bada, my uncle. Sorry. Then there's this day, 2006 that is. So Bada tells me, no, before Bada comes, I used to be very blasphemous. In fact, when I was called Saint P, I was calling myself Saint P Pastor Lai Wapili, but Lai of L-I-E. Like I was very, at that time niliokoka, then nikachana na Ukristo, and then now I started studying philosophy and other religions, you know, from Freemasonry. Like, and then also remember I was already in the spiritual, like I had already experienced that. So my biggest desire was to experience the spiritual.
Unaingia even higher.
Yes. So now, at that time, I told God, I remember telling God, like I studied the Bible, not read, studied the Bible for Christians. Because nilikuwa nataka niwasho venye nyinyi mafala sana. So knowledge, nilikuwa na so much knowledge about the Bible, knowledge about Quran. Muislamu alikuwa kikama kidis Christians, naambia boss, according to the, like nilikuwa nimesoma hizo vitabu. Buddhism is one of the most amazing religions ever. Okay, but I'm a Christian, I'll come to that. So now I tell God, you will never send me any person to tell me about you, because I will smash the hell out of them. I will show them how stupid they are. So don't. If you want me to get saved, because I had questions. Mimi paka nilikuwa nasema mimi ile day like ile time yenye now we are meeting God. You'll have to answer my questions.
Like what kind of questions do you have?
But then I can't remember all, but I had so much, because one, the biggest challenge, I think, what discourages a lot of Christians, it's the expectation. Like you see someone, mbono umeacha church, because the church hates me. Because church people are not this. Because, sorry, but I think that was part of the questions that I had. And then also remember, I was already writing. No, I had already that gift of, I could write something and it happens.
Yeah.
What did that mean? Yes. I had also met spirits at that time. I met people, and then you realize later that these people are like, I've had a weird experience, and I really wanted to understand how does that work. Is like kuna ni kama nilikuwa na feel ni kama kuna maswali zingine Jesus haku answer. You get. And during that time, you know, if you wear jeans, when in to a world, you know, people want you to go to church with a coat and a shirt. It's cost, it's hot, those kind of things. At that time, I'd already started my dreadlocks. So I'm 2 years in. So during those questions, nilikuwa nimemwambia, the only way you're going to convince me is if you come personally. We don't send me any dude artist gym msichana ametoka huko, bwana asifiwe boss. So this day bado niko studio nalala kwa hiyo ofisi.
Next to your travel.
I remember at 7 o'clock I had a voice like, you have been. I was very blasphemous, like acha nikupigia hii line. Kuna verse fulani ya song ilikuwa inaitwa Sexy Lady, because I was doing secular music. Naamka asubuhi na mapema, naanza sakanya kipi cha kudema. Mademu wamejaa kwa kitanda yangu, nishasahau bibi ilibidi ende home juu. mimi player for life, sacrifice kwa madem kama blood ya Christ. You see how blasphemous I was?
Yeah.
Like sacrifice kwa madem kama blood ya Christ.
Yeah.
Like me God by the yange kwa zaya shani mada nafikiri. You get me too, yani ni it's his mercy. So
yeah, but it feels, even when I hear that line, you may always look for the deeper meaning, and I'm like, it feels like you are at war.
I was. Hiyo nayo siwezi kudanganya. I was.
So okay, so 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, God said, okay, you've been saying things. There are some things you want answers for. But then there was one challenge. If I come to you the way I am, you may never understand because you are not in that place yet. So there was a friend of mine who was called Kate. Nikaambiwa call Kate umwambie unaenda church yao leo. It was on a Sunday. I call Kate. It's like, yo, hata nafikiri maybe it's the first time atasikia kumbe ni God alikuwa amenishow. So me I didn't know it was the spirit. Me I had a voice. So but at that time I'm like, yes, there's in the church, but I have dreadlocks and people don't accept people that have dreadlocks. It's like, what have I told you? Call Kate umwambie unaenda church yao leo. So, because whatever information I'm going to tell you, hautaelewa, you get, because you already have your own philosophy. So I call Kate. Then Kate is like, I said, nikamwambia poa. So what's up? Nikamwambia mazee, I want to come to your church. It's like, wow. It's like, okay, but remember I have dreadlocks. It's like, it's okay. You'll be the first person in our church to have dreadlocks. So I go to church that time. So the first weekend at church. Then the second Sunday I went to church. The second week, my uncle now comes in, Bada. Alikam tu na wazimi yake. I don't want to see anyone in this house. So at that time, remember I had my room that had my clothes, my mattress, everything that I had, my bed, nini. Then he tells me, he instructs, I should not step into that place. If I step into that place, ataniandikishia nimeenda hapo nikaiba nini. So I left with nothing. I remember I had a big jeans. It was because also I was very insecure about my weight because I was very small. So I used to wear big clothes. I remember I had a black jeans, red slippers za bata na t-shirt ingine kubwa sana. I had nothing and I didn't even have a place to stay. Wow. So remember nataka kuokoka, but I'm still thinking. But now eventually when I look at it, it's because the environment also that I was at. Alafu hiyo after hiyo first time kwenda church, remember I was still doing drugs, I was still smoking, and I was still drinking. When I smoked the first after church, imgu ilikuwa iendi. Ilikuwa siwezi tembea. Immediately I smoke like this, I can't walk with this leg. The blood circulation, kuna time nikiwa primary nilichapwa na mwalimu huko kwa misuli. So my veins were spoiled. So blood circulation ikaanza kuwa issue boss. Niliacha bangi. Immediately. Booze nilikuwa na kunywa Tusker. When my uncle came, alinibaia Tusker hivi. So hiyo time after 3 days niambia nitoke. Nilikunywa hivi nikasikia it's the most pathetic drink I've ever taken. Like ilikuwa kali sana. Na that was the last time I left those things. Not because I was saved. Yeah. I was not. Because they were not working for me. Fine, I could smoke, but I can't walk. I can't. My blood circulation is being messed up. I can't. So, bro, I have to leave it. Remember, at that time, when I was during that thing, so you remember Binti Africa? Binti Africa was friends to Lady B because I was recording at. I sold weed to Lady B. She knows. I had a company where I was selling stuff. Yeah, but not Kaya. It's the first time I'm saying that. So your time ndo nani Kate nikaenda church nini, then Bada is like you leave. Then at that time God had made me meet a guy called Stanley Kagwe. He's one of them, like he's my brother right now from Gashie. So Stanley akaniambia, bro, instead of you being homeless, sindio, come to my place and stay there. Just come chill. if you find ukipata kitu ya kukula poa, ukikosea kukula tutalala. Esther,
hata umewacha hata computer recording,
kila kitu siwezi, I don't have access. Hiyo tu. I'm telling you. Alafu sasa
in Gashie in Nairobi.
No, I'm cost bado. Okay, yeah. So Stanley, now we got a computer from a friend of his who was a computer this thing, but computer this thing was antivirus na vitu kaa hizo kuformat na nini, so akapata computer, so akaanza studio hapo home, you know. So I was like, yay! The studio was taken, but now I have a studio. So we started doing very small works there nini kwa Stanley. And Stanley was a painter, mpaka sasa namuitanga painter because it's a very easy painting zote za home. Yeye ndo amenifanyia.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So Stanley, now we start hustling from there. So sometimes Esther, we could even struggle to get 7 shillings. Like siwezi kuambia mara mingi zenye tulikunywa mkate nusu because bread was 15 bob, half. So tununue mkate nusu tukunywa na maji. Like so many times he could go draw, hakuna wazungu wa kununua paintings, we come like, but hiyo time now kumbuka jina yangu imeharibiwa hapo kwa hiyo village, so I stayed indoors for almost 6 months paka nikachange color, nilikuwa kama mzungu sipigu hata najua. So binti Africa now calls me, it's like, yo Saint, you need to meet who? Berry Black. So I didn't know what the plan was. So I meet Berry Black. He's like, hey, I say, anyway ni hatari sana kurap bana. So paka nilikuwa nafikiri sijui ni kulete Zenji. Zanzibar wanaikuita Zenji. Nikamwambia poa, because I didn't have anything. You know, I've already messed with my dad, messed with Bada. There's no life, there's nothing. So nikamwambia sawa, in 2 months tutakutumia fare uende nini. So I wait paka ikafika karibu na deck. I come.
It passed the 2 months.
Yes.
What?
So November I think ndo nikapata call, yoni aje kuna rafiki yangu kaja Kenya kuchukua gari, kwa hivyo itabidi uje naye Zanzibar. Sawa, nikasema poa. Now to cross the border you need papers. I didn't have even an ID by the way at that time, nilikuwa nimepoteza ID. So now niko Stanley kwenye nilikuwa nakaa, this guy was saved kabisa, yani yeye alikuwa hizi kula bila kuombea chakula na aombe watu wenye hawana, you know those Christians hata wenye hawana tunaomba upate kwa you get. So it was a very good environment for me to grow in, because now I was kind of like new, you know.
So you've gotten saved now?
Yes, but I'm still doing secular music. But the secular music I'm doing, it's more or less like I can sing about party and women, but I'm not.
You're not blaspheming.
I'm not blaspheming, and I'm not saying ati let's go drink, because like kuna verse flani inapam kama blood through your veins, speakers in a blessing na come again licha sina but daily holiday watu madem wana shake hustling, hear the real music than in the speaker, women all around me of different features, siko ndani for all that, I like hanging with groupies, give my life to JC na God is working through me.
Lianza kuchange.
Yeah, so nikaanza kuchange hizo ma lyrics.
Kuna difference from the other.
So fine, we can go for party and everything, but no, siko ndani for all that. I like hanging with groupies, like I like hanging with people. I give my life for JC na God is working through me. So I started changing even my lyrics. Remember that thing I had when you asked me if I still have that gift of, because now it had really messed me up, because there are people who I messed their lives too during that time. So, and at that time I was a poet, and there's this poem I wrote. I told God, like, I don't want to write again about heaven, about valleys and hills. Like, I want to be normal, because you can't be friends with someone who knows everything. It's weird. So I had even no friends. Like, mtu alikuwa kiniangalia hivi, like there's this thing that they were saying, yani my eyes had, that was very scary. You get. So I just told God, yani, and because also I didn't know how to use that gift.
Yes.
I was using that gift for me. So I told God, yani, if you can, just take this away. Like, I want to be normal. Like, I want to start laughing. I want to joke. I don't want to know even about tomorrow. I don't want to be in that process again. And that's where now, because I didn't know how to use it. For God's sake. You have a gift, you can't use it for him.
Yep, I get it.
So that thing was taken. Not maybe it was taken, it was kept.
Yes.
Kidogo. So now TZ. Kwa boda nikachukua hiyo nini nilikati hapo I don't have an ID, nilisema ilipotea, but I had an abstract, so I crossed in. But there are 2 passports. You either go to Tanga ni different, na ya kwenda Dar es Salaam ni totally different. And then also remember, I'm going to Tanga and I'm going now to another country, which is Zanzibar now. You also need a document. Like, it was all crazy. So I'm there, the border nikavuka. Nilivofika Tanga, at that time, there's a time kuna 11 Kenyans who went to steal. Gangsters who went to steal. They were killed. You know, Tanzanians, watu wengi wanafikiria wa Tanzania, unajua polisi wa Tanzania unafika pale na kwambia tafadhali nataka ni kuarrest. They are crazy, man. They are crazy. So I go there. So tumepata document ya kuingia TZ, but we can't go to I can't go to Dar es Salaam because I'll need another passport. You get. So before we leave, we got arrested. So when the cops heard I'm from Kenya, I was stripped. My things were thrown, na kulikuwa kumenyesha, I think your time. My things were thrown on the road and I was left to pick each and everything, wet as it was. Like, nilijua maybe they don't like Kenyans that much. Kwa umetoka Kenya? Umesimama hapa. Hebu umebeba nini? Sijabeba kitu. Hebu have dreadlocks. Hebu toa hilo kofia hilo. Nitoa boshori. Boshori ni hiyo Marvin. Katoa, there's nothing. I was stripped. They didn't find anything. Kwa hiyo umekuja kufanya nini? Kuambia niko na familia yangu hapa Tanga. Remember my auntie was Muslim, so she was married to a Tanzanian from Tanga, anaitwa Tunza. Okay, sawa. Na unarudi lini Kenya? Naambia nimekuja huku kwa siku 5 kwa sababu kuna mazishi. Nije tu mazishini kwa sababu alifiliwa, sikuweza kuja, alafu nitarudi Kenya. Okay, sawa. Wakaishia. So I packed my things. Tukaishia sasa, nikaingia Dar es Salaam, went there for 2 days. The 3rd day nikaingia kwa boat. Kwa boat nayo, remember I have no ID. I only had a passport ya 2 weeks, but lazima Tanga. You can't go to Dar es Salaam. But so the gift I had was, one, my teeth is orange.
Yes.
And I'm light skin. Remember nilikaa ndani for like 6 months.
Yes.
So I'm light skin totally. And TZ kuna Wachaga wenye wako tu the same. So I went there, and because I could adapt, yes. I could blend in, even accent, yes. Na everything. So nikaingia tu kama Mchaga. Even the accent, I was able to pull that Tanzanian accent. So imagine I just went, nikakatiwa ticket ya boat, nikaingia tu kwa boat, nikavuka, nikafika Zanzibar, nikapatikana, wale wasi wakanichukua, wakanipeleka sasa kwa studio. Now I'm able to work in a studio. So I'm like, homeboys, mukwende huko na hiyo studio yenu hapo. Yeah, you get. So now I'm the new producer from Kenya, and then I meet Shirko. Shirko was also a producer from Mombasa who was also working there. So we were 2 people working there.